Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Tim Meyer, here for the Romeo Sports Recap, powered by the Mitt TV. Remember, this show is available on both YouTube and Spotify. And before we begin, a word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Romeo Sports Recap Show. I'm Tim Meyer, and on our show tonight is the girls' varsity volleyball team, and I'm with their coach, Stacy Williams. So, Stacy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
First thing I wanted to ask you was, before we talk about the team, you've been in girls volleyball for a while here at Romeo. Can you kind of give us a little history about what?
Yeah. So I started coaching 24 years ago with Romeo. I was a JV coach for 6 years and then became the varsity coach after that. The coach prior to me was Bruce Udvari, and ironically, I ran into him in a Staples parking lot 24 years ago, and I knew him from some family, and he asked me to coach a club team for him, and then asked me to coach the JV team, and then he retired, and I kind of just slipped right into the role after coaching for a few years. So been there ever since.
Now your background in volleyball, besides coaching, you played too as well?
Yeah, so I played in high school, and then I played at Macomb Community College. I was a setter. So yeah, I've been a setter pretty much my whole life, and played after high school, played in, tournaments probably myself for 8 years. And then, the body just didn't let me play anymore. So
those days are long gone.
Yeah, long gone.
It's been 9 years or so since the Romeo girls volleyball won the state championship. What's it like to win it all?
Fun. Yeah, we won in 2014. We were the runners up in 2015. It makes you hungry to want to go back there. But it's hard to get back there. There's a lot of good volleyball across the state, and there's a lot of good players, and we have a lot of good players. But when you match up against all these teams, it's who's good that night, and so it's really hard to get back there. But I think this year we did a really good job. We tried to make a run. We won districts and made it to regionals, and had a really good game. Just came up short. Yeah, it just came up a little short.
Short, I think it was.
Yeah.
After winning it all, what motivates you to keep going on and on? What's the next step? Win 2 championships, 3, 4, or kind of what has changed as far as the way you approach it?
Honestly, the reason why I keep going is just because I love being in the gym day to day with the girls. Honestly, I feel very fortunate to go into the gym with them every day. Practices might be my favorite, which sounds kind of funny, but you have more one-on-one time with the girls than you do in a game, and I just feel fortunate to be able to do that. That's my favorite part of it. I mean, I love the games, don't get me wrong.
Like a gym rat almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the season. It was a 500 season.
Sure.
But you won districts.
Yes, we did.
And that was
very exciting.
That was an exciting thing. Anchor Bay, one of the top teams. I mean, they're in that league.
Yeah, our conference is super tough. I mean, it's the toughest team or the toughest conference in the MAC. We're in the MAC Red, and all the teams that are in there in the conference, we all exchanged wins and losses with each other. So, there was a team that prevailed as the top team, but the rest of the teams, we just kind of, we won some, they won some. So, and every game was competitive. So, as strong as it is, if you look at the record, it doesn't seem like maybe we were as strong as we were, but, I'm proud of the 3-7 because those are tough games and tough wins and tough losses too.
Well, as I was looking at the highlights, I mean, it really, they were all close games. I mean, there's a lot of talent on your team. And Eisenhower's in your league, and that's tough. Those were tough ones for you.
Yeah, we beat Ike the second time we played them. So
Yeah, yeah, and but Lance Cruz North are they
they're tough. They're still in it tonight. They're playing in the regional in the quarterfinals tonight. So
and they must have a super squad.
yeah, they do. They're across the MAC. You say super squad. I feel like you could say that about most of the teams or all the teams in the MAC Red because they are. There's a lot of great athletes. A lot of these kids work on their skills all year round. Trying to get better every single day, and it shows. Like in the gym, the volleyball game has gotten better over the years. You even look at it 10 years ago, the teams are stronger than they were, 10 years ago. And that just goes to how hard these girls work day in and day out.
Yeah, that was my problem in high school. I didn't work hard enough, and so that's mostly where my sports career ended was on the high school field. But you got to the end of the season, and from like October 19th, I mean, you guys won like 5 matches in a row before the regionals.
Yeah, I think we found a lineup that worked for us. We had throughout the season kind of trying to see where things were, and we didn't end up in a traditional lineup. We a 5-1, 6-2. We were a 6-2. I'm not sure, but in our lineup it was a little unorthodox, but it worked for us. What
caused you to want to change that lineup? I mean, what were you thinking something different? How were you thinking?
We were just trying to maximize the skills of the players that were on the court, and in some of our rotations, we were getting stuck in certain areas, and it just kind of pulled the best out of all the players that we had on the court, and we put it out there. So it did work. We started it against the Ike game, and then after that, we did really, really well. Kind of wish we would have fell into that a little sooner, but we got there, so that's the most important part.
You have to peak at the right time,
right?
So that's the important part,
right?
Well, let's talk about speaking of peaking. Let's talk about some of those players that you had this year, and kind of give me a little idea of what your thoughts were on their season and their contribution to the team. And we'll start with Trista Emil.
Trista was a 4-year varsity player. She was our libero on our team. Unfortunately, she got sick during the season and was out a little bit. And then she came back. She came back strong, so that was great. But she's just a solid defensive player. She's going on to play in college.
Where is she going to go?
Saginaw Valley State University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's good for her.
Yeah. She's got a bright future ahead of her for sure.
How about Ava Bloomquist?
Ava Bloomquist was our only junior on the team. She, kind of strange to have only one junior, but we did. We only had one junior, and so she kind of found herself like, in between the seniors and the underclassmen. But she grew quite a bit this season. When she really tapped into like focusing on some of her skills, she really improved. So that was great to see.
And Allison Culkin.
Allie, she's a senior. She was an outside hitter, right side hitter, did a little bit of everything for us in the front row, with the exception of middle, but played both pins. And she had a really nice growth spurt for us. She grew mentally stronger, and she really came through for us in some of those games near the end of the season.
Yeah, well, I'll have to say, that I would not want to be having that ball hit at me and not have mental toughness. It takes some courage.
Yeah, and she grew quite a bit this year. That was really nice to see.
How about Ava Kafori?
Ava Kafori, she's small but mighty. And I say small, she's 5'7", 5'8", but she jumps out of the gym and just gets on top of the ball and hits the ball to the floor. I mean, some of her kills just, kind of light up the gym. She's got that kind of caliber of a hit, and you don't necessarily always expect it because she's not one of those 6 foot, tall kids, but she gets up there, she hops, we always, in the season we laugh because when we test their verticals, she might test at 1, but I'm like, I wish we could test it during a game because you jump another 5-6 inches when you're in the game. She jumps so high. It's fun to watch.
And I noticed that, watching her, that she had quite a lot of velocity on her kill shots. I mean,
absolutely.
It was,
because
that ball was like shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah. She does a
she
pretty
puts it
good
to
job.
the floor.
How about Kayla Ledecky?
Kayla Lidke. Yeah, that's okay. She's a freshman on our team this year. that kid's got a huge future. Super excited about her. Lightning fast, just kind of learning the pace of the game at the varsity level, which is really exciting because the fact that she got that in her freshman year, moving forward into her future years ahead, she's going to be ready, and she's going to be a lights out libero, very soon. I'm excited for her.
How about Ava Orlando? She's another senior.
Yeah, Ava Orlando is one of our setters on our team. She was a rock for our team this year. Just kind of kept the girls kind of level-headed. She's not one of the ones to go super high and never low, but she keeps the team steady. She reminds them where we're at. She's just like the gel and the rock of the team.
Yeah, no, that's good. And Emma Pagliarella.
And Ava Orlando was one of our captains. Emma was also one of our captains this season.
Are they going places?
Ava, that's to be decided or to be determined. Emma is going to play at Notre Dame College in Ohio. Emma was one of our middles, senior. She was 3-year varsity player, captain, kind of like the energizer out there, the battery that keeps everyone ticking and lights us up when she's
got a motor.
Yeah, when she's on the court, she's on fire. She's a blocking machine. When she's on the bench, she's just lighting up the kids on the bench and, giving energy to the court. Great teammate.
And how about Kara Pluchuk?
She's a senior on our team. She kind of had the opportunity to play in all positions. She played, a little outside, right side, middle, kind of filled the need, wherever the team needed, she could fill that need.
And then there's Christina Rosenau.
Another freshman, super bright future. She played middle for us this year and will continue to play middle for years. She's probably one of the taller kids on our team, the second next to Hannah, but she lengthy, long, learning the pace of the game, and she grew just learning the game, the speed of the game. She just did really well in her growth over the season. That was fun to watch.
And what I think is her sister, Emma Rosenau, right?
Yes. So Emma, a sophomore, they both moved into our district this year. So they were new to our program.
Where'd they come from?
Lutheran High North.
Okay.
So yeah, they moved into our district. And Emma is an outside hitter / defender, but she pretty much played defense for us this season. She'll play outside. She was just behind some girls that were, hitting the ball really well. So she didn't have as many opportunities to play in the front row, but she did it really well for us on defense and serve receive. She was really, really reliable for us on serve receive this year.
And how about Hannah Timitz?
Yeah, Hannah. So she was another one of our captains, 4-year varsity player. Another one that played in every single position this season, front or in the middle, outside, right side, defense, in position 1 and position 6. So she did a lot for us all over the court. Reliable in the front row, her block's big, a reliable player that you can count on to get the job done for sure.
Every team needs a reliable player, that's for sure.
Yes.
I wasn't that player, but Victoria Weingarts.
Tori, sophomore, she played defense, she played setter, she played a little bit of, different back row options. It's interesting. Tori was the player that wanted to do her best for her teammates. She was, always telling me, oh, I need to do good for the seniors. And it was really refreshing to hear that she had the mindset that she always wanted to do well for her teammates. And if she was on the bench or on the court, no matter what, she gave everything she had, whether it was, skills or it was just energy from the court. Or from the bench rather. So she was a great teammate.
And your daughter, Eleanor Williams. Did you pass along any genes there, you think?
Oh, she definitely has more than me. She was a freshman. She played right side and setter for us this season. She was a player that could come through for us, attacking, and, she had a good freshman year.
And again, they seem like really good kids. You're going to
Absolutely.
be very young next year. What do you think?
Yeah, so we are losing 7 seniors, which is really sad. It's like you go every day seeing these girls and they're a part of your life, and then the season's over and then you don't see them, and it's hard. It's sad to, to not see, basically your family that you spend every day with. So losing those seniors is going to be really hard. Looking forward to next year, having 6 underclassmen that were on the team and had some time. I'm pretty excited. I think our future is.
They got some playing time.
Yeah, they got some time. I mean, we definitely have some holes to fill, without a doubt. But I think that the players that we have, their heads on straight. They're looking to get their skills up to par for next year in the off season, working, through club, and I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be pretty good. I'm excited.
Today's world is a little different than it used to be, and nobody knows that more than me. But the athlete today, as compared to even 20 years ago, how do you keep them focused on the task at hand?
There's a lot of demands on them, and especially for them to be one of the better players in their sport. It's they have to do so much all year round, and some of that's good. It keeps them busy, keeps them out of trouble, and that's a good thing. But sometimes it's a lot. So I think they keep themselves motivated by a lot of these kids. They want to be the best. They want to be the best they can be. They want to be the best for their team. They want their teams to win. So they have that self-motivation. It's, you really don't find kids without that self-motivation. And if they don't, it seems like they kind of leave the program, maybe their freshman or JV teams, by the time they're on the varsity team, they are very self-motivated.
The agony of defeat, how do they handle that?
I think
I know how we handle it.
Yeah. I mean, nobody likes to lose, but when we know we're playing the caliber of teams that we're playing, those losses are easier to take than maybe a game that you just didn't play well. Those losses are tough. But when you play a team and it's a competitive game and you feel good about what you did on the court, I mean, 50% of the people in the gym are going to lose. So, it's okay. You got to think about how and what you did with the time that you had on the court, and if you're good with that, then
do they rebound pretty good? I mean, are they resilient when it comes
Yeah,
to that?
we've had some tough losses and we came back and won the next match, and so I don't think that was a part that played into our our wins and losses up and down. I think it was just truly our competitive schedule.
Well, it sounds like you got some competitive girls coming
Yes.
back next year for Romeo High School varsity volleyball.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that you guys will do really well. It sounds like from what you described, you got a great nucleus on the team, and you have a good program. And congratulate you on winning districts this year. And
Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
coming close in the regionals. It was
I
there.
know.
But thanks for being on the show tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we'll be back with Madison Janabet and some of those girls varsity volleyball players.
Okay.
Before we continue, here on the Romeo Sports Recap Show, a word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the mitttv of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the mitttv. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the mitttv of Romeo. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com.
Today, I'm excited to welcome to the show. I've got varsity volleyball teammates Ava Orlando, Hannah Timitz, and Emma Piorella. Thanks, ladies, for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, awesome. So you guys finished the season with a 19-20 record, and you won districts. So congratulations on a really amazing season. Talk to me about the season. Like, what were your strengths as a team, weaknesses, things you guys noticed?
I would say that it was like really good to finally come out with like a title under our name, like being in the program for the last 4 years. It was kind of hard, like watching us like not like lose, but like struggle when like we know we had like the talent and the skill. So like coming out with like an actual title was like really like motivating for us, and I think motivating for the people who are coming back, the underclassmen. I would I would say like that.
Yeah. I think definitely this year we just all got to a point where we stopped like caring about like wins versus losses, and we were just like, you know what? Like everyone became, especially to me, like my family. Like that's how we treated each other, that's how we played. And then ultimately that ended up to us winning. And I wish we would have found that like groove sooner. But I'm so glad that we did, because I think we also, as seniors, we left that mark on all the underclassmen coming back, on everyone else that got to watch that like merge happen.
Yeah.
That they're going to come back, and that's something that's going to continue through the program long after we're gone.
Yeah, like set an expectation going forward
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna say too. But like, I just felt like all of us, like, we were able to like talk to the underclassmen, like teach them what we know before we graduate. Like we can leave that behind for them. Like I just felt like that was like super nice, and it's gonna help them grow.
I think they took a lot with them.
Yeah, they
100%.
definitely did. We
Yeah.
all like passed on everything, like our knowledge.
Yeah.
How many years were you guys all in varsity? Like you've all been on the varsity team for a while?
I've been on it for 3 years.
I've been on it for 4.
I've been on
Yeah.
it for 2.
Okay, so you've played with this
Yeah.
Yeah.
group for quite a while, or did you have a lot of underclassmen come up this year?
This year we had a lot of underclassmen. We had
Yeah.
3 freshmen, two sophomores and 1 junior, and the rest of us were seniors. So some of them you've been playing with, like some of the underclassmen, they've been playing with each other for a little bit, but like us, we haven't been playing
Yeah.
with them. So it was kind of it was a challenge to like get used to each other, and like, but like me and Ava, I've been playing with Ava since middle school. I've been playing with Hannah since my sophomore year, and most of those girls I know because of school life. But getting to know them in like an athletic standpoint, I think it was really like really fun thing to do, and I really like it's one of my best memories is being with this team. So
And that probably contributed to the having to
yeah.
figure it out as
Yeah.
you went. You were all newer to playing with each other with the addition of the underclassmen.
Mhm.
Were you guys expecting this result? Did you think you'd make it to like regionals and stuff at the beginning of the year? Were you like, we have this in us?
I kind of was. I was like,
Yeah?
I just saw the talent, and I was like there's like we have to do something. Like
Yeah.
I just kind of like
Yeah.
felt it. Like I really like the dynamic. Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think, and even every year, I feel like we go in with this, like, we got it, and we always kind of fall short. And I think this year, we all were just kind of like
Almost
I felt it at the Anchor Bay game, especially.
fed up. I was fed up with
Yeah, the
people like
Anchor-
talking down on us, almost
Yeah,
like
and especially
This
like
is
I
going to
felt
be the
it
year.
yeah.
at the Anchor Bay game that all of us were like, we're not leaving without putting our year on this board, without doing this right now, without this win. And that was powerful, and it literally like it led us through the entire game.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like a lot of us seniors were just like you said, like we're not leaving. We're
Nope,
not
we're
done.
done.
Like,
We're not-
we're not done.
Nope.
This was going to be the year.
Yeah.
This was the only year, so
Yeah.
it's going to be this year. You're gonna
had to
make
be.
it had to be this year. So you mentioned Anchor Bay, but when you think about it, what other games in particular stood out to you this year? Either from being like showing strengths as a team, or maybe there was a game that you guys should have won and maybe you fell short, or
I would definitely say our Watchdog game versus Dakota, probably one of my best memories throughout my whole 4 years of being in the Romeo volleyball program. We went to 5, so it was a struggle, but it was definitely like one to remember that we had ups and downs, but that whole game, like, I don't know, you just felt like the energy and you felt like the grit, and like everybody actually was there and present and wanted to be there. And we felt like we had so much support, and like everybody was there for Watchdog. So it's like, why don't we show everybody and like give them this win? Like, let's do it for us, but let's do it for everybody here. Like, they all came here for a reason to watch us persevere, and I think that's what really was good about
that
it.
was like really encouraging. Was this the message that you gave during during the team huddles here?
When we
Was
team
it
huddle,
this?
we're a
'Cause that
little
was-
aggressive.
I feel
but-
like I'm fired up.
Yeah.
That was like,
Yeah, we'll get
we're
you fired
good.
up. Yeah, don't you worry, we're good at that.
I love it.
Okay, we gotta talk about the Flushing game.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah,
That was just a game that we 100% should have taken, and it's still like I think about it now, and it just like is one of like it just disappoints me. Like I can walk away from a loss and be like, you know what, hands down, whatever, like, there's always this, there's always, and it's the worst because especially for us, like, there is no, okay, next time, like, it's,
Like we've been saying that, but now we
and
can't.
now it's done. And I think that we 100% had that team. It was really disappointing, I think, for all of us, and I don't think any of us were ready to be done, but I think, like, it just kind of was what it was, but I think all of us learned a lot from that game. And I think still a lot of us, like, we haven't really said goodbye yet. Like, I still haven't processed or coped with it yet.
It'll probably be a good lesson for your underclassmen and stuff for next year. You know, now they've got the taste of it too, right? They're gonna want to get back
They're
to that
this
point.
close, and now they want a second trophy and a third, and just go further.
Ava, you agree? Any other games that are standing out to you?
I like love the Dakota game. I love that it was a program win. But like this is not fun to talk about, but like our senior night was a low game for us. And I felt like that just kind of like,
Who was that against?
Lance Cruz North.
Okay.
that was a tough game. None of it, like, it just, we didn't play like we should have. We did nothing we should have done. I felt like that kind of like flipped a switch for us. We just like didn't want to feel that way again. Like, just, I don't know. I think it was a good learning experience. Like, yeah, it was awful, but.
I mean, we did go on to then win on Ike's senior night.
Right,
So.
that's what I'm saying. We came back for revenge.
Yeah.
I feel like you brought up some dark feelings there for a second. The reactions on the
we
other
deal
side
with
of the
them.
table.
We deal with
It
them.
wasn't good, but.
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but I think after that we were all kind of like, you know what, we're not getting slapped around ever again. Whether that means in volleyball, in life, that's it. That was the last time.
Yeah, just being in the MAC red, it's this whole, it's usually been, like, I don't like saying this, but usually Romeo has been on the bottom of the MAC red, and it was just like the teams, like D1 players on every single roster, like, it's kind of, I mean, it's not like hard to compete with it, but it's hard to compete with it when maybe not every team is like that almost. So like being able to this year, like everyone has wins and losses on the record this year from each MAC red team. Like people got upset, people got like surprised that teams have won, but it's like this year it was like all across the board. I would say equal, but
it was 50-50 every match. I mean, like in the past years, it was always Dakota.
Dakota Angry Ray, Dakota Angry Ray.
Sometimes
Ike
snuck in there a little bit, but like especially like last year and the year before, Dakota just like could wipe the floor with anyone. It was not a question. It was almost like funny.
That's probably why the Dakota game was so fun.
It was
that was the one.
Any
finally
game,
got him back.
the MAC red
like
team.
any MAC red team's dream. I feel like it was to crush Dakota.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because usually I feel like you look at your schedule and you're like, okay, maybe we could take we've got a little bit of like an off week here. You know, these schools maybe aren't the best. But when you got every game that you're going up to that you're like, wow, this is going to be tough. Look at all of these players. I mean, that gets in your head, right? Mm-hmm. That's something that you have to overcome before each game. Yeah. But you guys were all team captains this year, your first time as team captains. What did that mean to you? I mean, you clearly are some of the most encouraging team captains I've ever met. You guys are getting me pumped up over here. But how exciting was that for you to be named team captains?
I was really excited. I feel like without even like the name, I just like being like around everybody, and I like hyping everybody up. Like it fills me with joy when people are like, when you see someone, you get a point at the bench and you see them celebrating, it makes you want more. So like being able to do that for the whole team throughout the whole year, and like knowing people can look at me for that, it really makes me happy, because that's what really fires me in volleyball. Like I enjoy the sport so much because of the girls' energy and the girls' energy you bring towards them, like how much they support you. And I think being able to help lead the team in that way is just really good.
That's what you said, like the family. Family bonding.
I love the role of being able to be a leader in the sense of like almost like helping to coach. Like I love, like I have coached like younger kids before too, and it is so rewarding when you're trying to teach a skill, and then by the end of a practice or whatever, and they come out and they do it. And especially with the younger team this year, that's how it felt. Or even just like being able to be the person they would look to and be like, oh, Hannah, what can I do on this? And me being able to answer that and then see them do that. Or even be like, hey, you like maybe screwed up a little bit on this play. Like next time, just like snap your wrist or whatever. Then the next play, they snap the wrist and get that big kill. It was like one of those things that just, it empowered me to keep going. Just like how she said it, like motivated her, it motivated me to keep going, because I wanted to watch everyone succeed in that way.
And that's something that'll last in the program, you know,
Yeah.
especially with the younger kids that you've got on the team, you know, they'll be there for years and then they can do the same thing. And yeah, that's great to instill in them.
I like really enjoyed like this could be like in game, this could be anything, but like when the team like just looks to you, like maybe we're a little like psyched out, just like for like that calmness. Like I enjoyed being that person to just stay calm the whole time. We also had like a discussion, like us three, just like about who we're gonna be like as captains, and like I just felt like we wanted to be unified and just show like a good strong front, and I felt like we were able to really like
I feel
do
like we're
that.
3 different captains, but like in different ways that we show leadership, we're all one.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's like
Yeah.
because we all have something that the other one doesn't,
But
and that's
we all
You all
learn from
come
each other.
together,
It
yeah.
bounces off each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
You all come and work together.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
We like learn things from each other too. Like we're all
Yeah.
very different. So.
Yeah, I agree.
That's amazing. So looking forward to next year. You're all seniors this year, so you're all graduating. Some of you might know, where are you going to college? I know some of you have committed. What are we studying?
I'm going to Notre Dame College in Ohio. It's a small D2 school, and I am going to study psychology.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be a sports psychologist.
Cool. And we're playing volleyball.
Yes.
Yeah.
playing
Okay.
volleyball.
Awesome.
I'm playing volleyball at Newman University in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip.
Not even really sure where that is.
It's about like here, but Kansas.
But Kansas. Okay.
I am planning on studying most likely biomed,
Okay.
and then going into like med school and then the medical field.
And playing, both of you, and playing volleyball at the same time. Got your
No, we have some smart cookies on this too.
you got your work cut out for you there.
Just a bit.
Okay, Ava.
I'm like undecided where I want to go or
Okay.
if I want to play volleyball,
Mhm.
but for sure like business, like
Yeah.
that's what I enjoy doing. Probably like some health and fitness, like I I just got my nutrition license, so like
What?
something along those
You're
lines.
still in high school? You just got your
I got it tonight.
Level 1.
tonight. Wow.
Yep.
Congratulations.
She told me in computer sciences she
Yep.
would be doing that tonight.
Yep.
I love it. You're planning ahead here. Like,
Yeah.
what, you've got how many months until graduation? You've already got your license. This is good. You can take a gap year. That's
I don't know
work
if I
with
could
your
do that, but-
nutrition license. Well, nice. Well, congratulations, ladies. And then when you think about, okay, maybe not just this year, maybe all your years with volleyball in general, if you have a favorite memory that comes to mind, could be from this season, could be from all your seasons.
I mean, to put it in simple terms, I
Yeah.
think it isn't really. I mean, I have memories like the Dakota game, winning districts is a memory, or all of our team bonding. But I would think my favorite memory is just making all these friends. Like I've made lifelong friends. I met probably one of my best friends, Reese Fountain. She's one of my best friends, and I think that's one of the best memories I made. Like that shows that what volleyball can do. So I think these are probably one of my closest friends. Like just making those memories as friends. I think that's my favorite memory from all 4 years of playing volleyball is the friends and like growing into family, as Hannah says it. I think that's how to word it, really.
That's great. Hannah, for you?
Yeah, I would say definitely it's that creating friendships. I mean, like she has my best friend graduated last year. They graduated in the same year. And even like this year, like I talk about it all the time. Like I've known some of these girls, like Allison Colkin. I have a picture of her at my 5th birthday party. Like we've known each other for forever. But we kind of lost touch, whatever, not like super, super close. And then all this year, I feel like, especially all the seniors, they have all become like my best friends.
Big bunch of
Like,
sisters.
quite literally, like I think about like Tilson Street, like us just going, like literally it's like sisters. Like there was nothing that you couldn't say. There was nothing that was weird. Like you could be weird and people would laugh at you, but you wouldn't feel laughed at. You'd feel like, yeah, that is funny. Like, and I think that was probably one of my favorite things is like I'm leaving the season with 6 of the girls that I've grown up with now to become like people that I could see like in my future too, like come back from college and visit and spend a lot of time with.
That's amazing. You get to spend so much time together too throughout the season. So it's so great that you have those bonds, that you made those bonds that you'll carry with you when you go to Kansas.
Yeah.
Ava, for you?
I'm like the same way. Like I just really enjoy like the culture almost like we have with each other, like the way we act on each other. Like like they're some of the funniest people. Like like practices, like there's not a day like we're not like dying.
Unreal.
The whole It's so funny. Like yeah, those are my best memories. Just like laughing with the team. Like yeah.
Having fun, but still
Yeah.
still getting work done. That's what you guys are all about. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations again on a great season. Look
Thank
forward to seeing what you all do next year. Again, thank you for coming on the show today, Ava, Hannah, and Emma.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Guys,
you.
Thank you.
Before we continue, here on the Romeo Sports Recap Show, a word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com.
Welcome back to the Romeo Sports Recap Show. Tim Meyer, that's me, and that's Madison Janavet. And we're just kind of give a little recap. We've been going over some of the other Romeo varsity sports. Their seasons in the winter are going to start, and so I talked a little bit to the varsity hockey coach, and we'll be covering some of those games here on the Mitt TV. So that's exciting, but coach is excited. He told me that he looks like he's got 3 solid goaltenders, and whoever's hot is who's going to play. And
It's a good problem to have.
that's a good problem. And Drew Basha is coming back this year. We only had 1 Basha last year, but now we got 2. And Spencer Groskowitz going to be a junior, and he's still going to be captain. And Brody Meyer will be back as a sophomore. And Nick Weirs thought he was going to maybe not play this year because of injury, but it looks like he's coming back. So he should have like 24 players on the bench, which will make it great. He said they're pretty fast.
Yeah.
A little faster than last year's team. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
I saw they had a couple of players that have been doing some like American junior leagues too. Like I know Spencer Groskowitz was, so that should be exciting.
Spencer Groskowitz went to and played at another level.
Yeah.
Coach told me that he's kind of improved his skating ability.
Yeah.
As so have some of the other kids. Andrew Roth looks like he's skating a lot better than he did last year. So it's going to be
a good team.
It's going to be a good team, and we look forward to doing some of their broadcasts.
Yeah.
We hope that we can get a hold of Coach Cushenberry through our inside man, Andrew Welch.
Yeah.
If we can get a hold of him and have him on the
show.
Well, we could.
Yeah.
It'd be an easy interview.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have to ask too many questions.
Yeah.
But we're trying to get boys varsity basketball, and as you know, the girls play varsity basketball at the same time.
Yeah.
Have to make some inroads there. I don't know if you have any inside information on that, but I do not.
Yeah. I mean, I think they had a pretty good season last year. The girls basketball team is usually pretty solid in Romeo. Basketball is popular in Romeo among the girls. Like I think I've seen some girls have already signed to colleges from the basketball team. So they should probably have a pretty good season this year, but we'll have to get them on the show too to find out more. Definitely.
And it's always interesting. Romeo boys basketball, it's always interesting to see what kind of team they have.
Yeah. A lot of the football players.
Yeah, well, that could make for, there's a lot of big guys.
Yeah.
Could make for an interesting season. Yeah. And then the girls of varsity swimming, their season is ending. Mm-hmm. It's not quite complete yet, but then go right into the boys varsity swimming. And we've yet to get the swimmers out here. We're trying hard, but I'm trying to get them on. At least we can recap the girls and see what the guys are doing. And then, of course, Jim Calley, the wrestling coach, who had a good season last year. Yeah. Over 700 wins. Yeah. So that's, congratulations to him. He got that last year. This year, I'd like to know what kind of team he's got. Yeah. Does he have another Braden?
I mean, we'll see.
There's your body.
Yeah, there were still a lot of underclassmen on the team when we had him on the show. So I assume they should have a pretty good team this year. As good as last year. I don't know. That might be hard to reach. They had a pretty great team, but we'll see.
Well, Coach Callie has a lot of experience, and so he'll be able to mold these guys
Yep.
and get the best out of their ability. And something I know that you're looking forward to, the show you're looking forward to is
What is that?
the bowling guys. The bowling team, girls
check it
and
out.
boys. Yeah, you know, we should go.
We'll
We
check
should
it out.
go. If anybody from the boys bowling team or anybody knows the boys bowling team is listening, we're gonna come out there and get a cheeseburger and
Yeah.
fries and watch you
We
guys
might
bowl.
show them how it's done.
No, I mean I bowl with 2 balls at once. So
I don't think I'm a very good bowler, so.
no, oh well, I haven't bowled in such a long time. The last time I bowled, I went down, my shoe stuck, and I fell flat on my face, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't a
I'd
good
still
look.
need like the bumpers on the sides. So that's where I'm at with my bowling
Doesn't-
level.
Yeah. And we're going to have cross country coming up. They had a very successful season. There's some talk that they may be in competition for national stuff. So we're going to have to find out. Coach Mike will be on the show. And this time he'll explain a little bit better for me. You know. He was unable to be on the show last time because his wife was giving birth to their child. So we may talk a little bit about that. Not about the childbirth, about, what was a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
He never did tell me what it was.
We'll find out this week.
Yeah. So, I mean, we got some exciting winter stuff coming. There's going to be a hockey broadcast and, hopefully we'll get some chances for you
Yeah.
to get on the ice.
Sideline there.
Yeah. That when
on the ice.
I remember last year we met Craig Cox,
Yeah.
former NHL enforcer.
Yeah.
I mean,
See, maybe we'll run into him again this year.
and and after we beat them,
Yeah.
and then I made a comment to him, some smart comment, and then I went back and I watched the tape of him in fights with Bob Probert and Todd Ewan and all these NFL tough guys.
Not the best idea, huh?
That was smart. And if I do that again, Madison, I just crack me along the side of the head.
Good luck. You do that again.
But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this edition of the Romeo Sports Recap. For Madison Janabet, I'm Tim Meyer saying thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on the Romeo Sports Recap.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to this episode of the Romeo Sports Recap Show, powered by the Mitt TV. Remember, this show is available on both YouTube and Spotify. You can subscribe to the Mitt TV YouTube page and click the notification bell to stay up to date on the latest episodes of the Romeo Sports Recap. Or you can find us on Spotify and follow our podcast, Romeo Sports Recap. From the Mitt TV, I'm Tim Meyer, signing off with a final word from our sponsors. This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. They can get you access to equipment, a production engineer, and even edit your podcast. That's all right here at the Mitt TV of Romeo. And you can contact them right now via email at mitt.tvromeo@gmail.com.